Hi, it's good to be with you. I hope you and yours are safe and well. Our COVID-19 numbers in North Carolina have not been very good the past 2 weeks. The number of hospitalizations is up, and the positive rate of infection is still too high. The latest research on the spread of the virus emphasizes that it often spreads as aerosolized droplets, that is, as droplets so tiny and light that they can stay in the air much longer than larger, heavier droplets. The takeaway from that is that your masks are helpful. So continue to keep distance and wash your hands frequently, but also wear your mask for your sake and for your sisters and brothers, and to set a good example. That's my bit on that this week. The lectionary has given us Matthew's sending out of the 12 disciples the past couple of weeks. Here, almost halfway into this gospel, Jesus warns his friends of the dangers they'll face, the rejection that will meet them, and of the love that will accompany them every step of the way. On Sunday, I mentioned that they were something like the cinematic Dirty Dozen of 50 years ago, in that the gifts they brought to the work of discipleship were certainly not ones that would seem to get anyone recruited for an important job today. But Jesus wanted disciples, right? Not heroes. And we can play that role ourselves. Like the disciples, we are authorized in baptism to proclaim the good news of God's reign. And like the disciples, we find our call in the community and world around us. Now, like you, I'm struck by how strange it is to hear of the disciples being sent when we ourselves are so severely limited geographically right now. Certainly our call needs to be interpreted a bit differently in this season. But I ask you to remember that it's a call to discipleship, to following Jesus faithfully, fully, and sacrificially, even from our homes, even from our safe distances. So we can still pray for the grace to grow into the full stature of Christ. We can pray for our brothers and sisters. We can let our hearts be broken for others who suffer from disease and injustice and oppression. So continue to serve your neighbors in all the safe ways you've been doing, by your phone calls, your grocery store trips, your notes. Now this may not be going into the hamlets and villages as the first 12 did, but it is disciple ministry in this time. It's important, and it's what we're sent to do. We are no more nor less qualified for the work than those 12 whom Jesus commissioned. But we are disciples, and the world needs disciples now. During the first couple of weeks of the COVID era, one of the clergy on our regular Zoom calls said the situation felt like running a marathon for which you hadn't trained and not having any idea how far along you were. A great analogy, I thought. None of us knows how far along we are yet. Unfortunately, our time in stage 1 of our pandemic response will be extended, as the public health indicators are not where they need to be for us to move to stage 2. So to be clear, we will not be moving to stage 2 on July 1. Our current restrictions will remain in place. So, it's not what we want to hear, but if you've been keeping track of the numbers, it's not a surprise. So as our marathon extends, please turn to each other for the support you need and for the comfort and strength you can give. We will get through this together. I look forward to being with you on the YouTube stream Sunday. Goodbye.